porch when I first started because I didn't have a
Oh,
set spot, and I
okay.
used to do this all the time.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
here in my little tent. But
yeah, I see
it's
that.
actually a big tent. It's actually a pretty big tent, but
Yeah, it looks like a GP medium.
no, it's a big one. It's a huge one.
Oh, you got the large? Okay.
Yeah, this one's huge. This one's a multi-purpose. We got the medics back there and our chapel. Our chapel's right up here.
But I'm still growing. But I remember when I talked to you prior to the season last year, and you asked me what I thought the Lions would do. I
Right.
remember I said 10-13 with an outside shot at 15 games, and you're like, "Boy, that's a tall ask." What happened?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what did I
Jerry's
tell you
helping
about
me.
Jared Goff though? I told you he had an
Yeah.
expiration date.
No, I
What
know he's
happened?
got.
What happened in the
I,
playoffs?
he still has an expiration date, and I
Oh
don't think
yeah.
it's the playoffs. I think it's after the season. This is the put up or shut up year.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is it.
That contract makes it look exactly like that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. That's for sure. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we open up the season. Of course, you got to get ratings with the Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll get it.
You get the Eagles and the Cowboys open up the season, very first game of the year. So,
It's going to be ring night for Philly, so everything's going
What's
to
up,
be
Jim?
amped up.
oh yeah, and
Joey there is a big Eagles fan. He's been on my show before.
oh, has he? Okay,
Yep.
you ready? All right. I hope you're ready. No,
Yeah,
I mean people
he
got
didn't like getting that news from me about their Jihad Campbell's going to miss most of the season after that torn labrum surgery repair.
that's what happened to probably both our teams. I mean, we both got decimated with the injuries.
Yep.
You more so on the defense. I mean, your offense was more intact than we were, but yeah, we got decimated on defense, and it's couldn't make things happen. And of course, you lose your starting quarterback, man. You can't do much without your starting quarterback unless you got a really, really good backup.
It's been on NFL.com. The Jihad Campbell labrum surgery.
Oh, really?
He's due back in December. He had it back in March. That's why he didn't do his pro day. And that's also why they're saying the rehab time, the earliest he'll return is just before Christmas.
Okay.
Who does he play for?
The Eagles, that's who drafted him. Their first round pick.
I'm interested to see how Javonte Williams fits in for Dallas.
Yes. I think he's going to be better than AP or Zeke on accident.
And better than Mighty Mouse himself, Mr. Deuce Vaughn.
Well, I heard we're going after either Chubb or Pacheco.
Oof.
Yeah, that's why he fell as late as it was, because Jihad, originally, if he'd have been healthy at the time of the draft, he probably would have been picked somewhere between 10 and 18.
Flo, I think you guys should pass on what's it called?
Chubb. Jim even was nice to you. Why'd you have to go there?
Chubb is great, don't get me wrong, but he is not healing as great.
Yeah, but usually when you come off one of those injuries, you need another year to heal. So this will be the year that will show if he's any good. And we don't need him to be the bell cow. We just need a guy in there to switch out. We'll probably play 2 or 3 backs. And Chubb will be one of those guys, if he ends up.
So you did get Chubb?
No, he said he would like Chubb.
That's what they're talking about, possibly getting Chubb come in.
Yeah, it's you and the Bears that I've heard the most for him.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, if we don't, I think we're pretty solid. We got that what was that kid's name?
You have Miles Sanders, who I didn't like in Carolina. It's because our O-line stunk, but I just didn't like him.
Well, I thought that big kid from Clemson. He's a big back.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy that changes up. Blue is kind of a guy who just can break one anytime.
And I'm going to push back because we always have 4 backs that touch the ball in a game, anyways, because of people getting tired and stuff like that. You got to have those guys to be able to fill in that spot when guys get tired. Because if you let guys play tired, that's when injuries happen.
Plus, you don't have those bell cow, running backs anymore that can run it 20, 30 times a game anymore.
Jonathan Brooks isn't going to be ready for us this year.
Oh, yeah?
He's labeled out fully.
Yeah, he got shut down. What was it, week 16, was it last year when he got hurt?
Yeah, and he's not coming back this year.
If he does, it'll be late in the season.
Yeah, Flo. I'm a Clemson fan. If you haven't watched film on Maffa, when you can, watch it. He is a workhorse.
Yeah. I'm glad we got him. I saw a little bit tape on him, man. I didn't know a lot about him until we took
he's
him
he's a big boy who loves to run.
Yeah, he looks like he's got good
One
size.
of them. So. I'm not gonna lie. I do think the Lions running back room is one of the best in the league. As a duo for starting, Monty and Gibbs have been explosive.
Because Gibbs can catch and run. Gibbs can play anywhere.
Don't downplay Monty catching in the receiving game too. So but he doesn't have that explosive, elusive top speed like Gibbs does. That's the difference.
And I think Jaden Blue could be that for us.
Blue,
the breakaway speed.
Trying to think of who else has good running back tandems.
Eric Whitson in the chat.
What do you think, JB, about us getting Pickens? I think that's a big move.
As long as he doesn't stay the diva attitude he had with the Steelers, if that can get fixed. Sorry, that was a yellow jacket. Right up in my face.
Figure he's in a contract year, so he's got to be pretty much a good boy. Trying to be as good as he can.
Right. He's going to try to get that second contract.
Right.
But at the same time, we've all seen this where the good wide receiver that had issues leaves the Steelers and then they fall off a little bit too. So there's a history of that. And that's all I'm worried about is that maybe this first year it'll be okay, better than last season, but not as great as he was his rookie year before he got his attitude.
The good thing is he doesn't have to be the guy. Yeah, he doesn't have to be the guy. He's like a 1B behind CD. I mean, he doesn't have to be the one guy.
He has that same attitude that CD has when he doesn't get the ball. That's what's been the issue.
Well, I mean, you've got he's never had a guy like CD line up on the other side either.
JB, I want to ask you a question before the show ends. The Panthers just recently cut ties with Clowney because he's older.
Yeah, I know.
He's
older, injured a lot, hasn't had a great season in a few years.
Do you think someone signs him to a 1-year vet deal?
He might get picked up. Brent, good to see you, brother. Sorry, I'm dealing with a yellow jacket right now, so it was like he kept coming back.
Yeah, but, I think Clowney gets a 1-year deal somewhere.
Yeah, he's a rental player anymore. That's all he is.
I mean, Washington could use him. They need some help on the D-line.
Yeah, if he wouldn't get in my face, I wouldn't mess with him, Joey. I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just trying to get him away from me. They're needed. Without bees, this planet would dry up.
Yep, that's for sure. It wouldn't hurt you to kill one.
Yeah, if he gets close enough, I might. But that one was the yellow jack.
What do you think about the Lions schedule?
I think it's brutal in a couple of spots. We have a couple 2 to 3 week spots. I got it right here where you can see it. I can put it on the screen.
Yeah, I can put it up.
I got them in 5-week intervals, so I got four screens for it.
Oh, okay.
Here's the first 5 weeks. We got Green Bay, at home for Chicago, at Baltimore is going to be a tough game. Cleveland has a great defense, but we're at home, and their offense, we all know how bad that is. And the Bengals have an offense and no defense. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm at that. I don't know in that first spot. I think we could end up 3-2 or 4-1, or we could actually end up being 2-3.
Yeah. Well, according to the strength of schedule, you guys are like third strongest.
Yeah. Third schedule.
I'll ask you a question when you're done with the schedule, JB.
But then the next 5 weeks it starts off rough with being at KC and then home, but we got the bye week in week 8 instead of week 5. The Packers and I believe, is it the Bears or the Vikings got it week 5? I think it's Packers and Bears. Packers and Bears week 5 have the bye week, and they know Washington's
going to be a tough out.
Yep, and then right after Washington, this is where I meant where it gets tough right there in the middle. You got at Philly, then New York, then Thanksgiving for Green Bay. Then you guys come in for Thursday night football the following week. So that's 3 games in 11 days, but they're all at home. And I think that's
Right.
why they did it that way. Because they were so close together, they couldn't have travel time in there too.
Right.
Then it's off to LA, which is another tough game always. Then we got home for Pittsburgh, and then on the road the last 2 games of the year.
And if Chicago is as improved as people think, that might be a tough game. That Chicago game, they might be playing for a playoff spot.
Yep, and then that's the other thing is a few weeks.
All these teams probably might be playing for a playoff spot. So
right. These last 2 are to be determined. They're not set because they could be flexed.
Right,
because
but
if they have any type of divisional playoff implications, they'll probably get flexed to Sunday afternoon or Sunday night or Monday Night Football in Week 17. And other people said, oh, we could end up playing Chicago on Monday Night Football. I said, no, because they don't do Monday Night Football in Week 18.
Nope.
Yep.
People forget that. Jeremy, do you think someone signs or trades for Trey Hendrickson?
I think if anything happens with the trade with Trey Hendrickson, it's going to be closer to the trade deadline because of the amount of money he wants, and teams will have to know they can pay him because the asking price that he gave the Bengals was $40 million a year average.
I wonder who the dark horses are, the people who were favored to sign him.
And it was funny. I seen a beat writer, and he just looked at how when they do Sport Track and all those other cap sites, you have the initial cap value of what you have left, and they all say, "Oh, the Lions have 40 million," but they don't look at the net after the dead cap.
Right.
We only have 23 million after dead cap. So that means you got your 15 to 18 million for your rookies, which means you might have 8 or 5 million left after that. I don't see Hendrickson as a guy we can afford at that price.
How many rookies have signed with the Lions, JB? How many are signed up already?
I don't know yet. I got to look into that because I've been focusing more on the schedule this week.
I know the Panthers signed Tat for a 4-year deal.
Yep.
They could, Joseph.
Yeah, I agree they could be, but at the same time, they could be just above 500 too because of this schedule. And the Vikings have a second place schedule, which is a tougher schedule than some of the other teams too. But the Bears have a 4th place schedule. So they're outside the division. Could be really easy for them as long as they're not finding new and interesting ways to lose like they did last year.
Yeah.
Right.
The kneecap is biting. Yes, sir. Thank you, Go Pack Go.
Go. Oh, man.
Well, it's that time of the day where I get to have a little fun flow. I have fake sponsors I do at the end of the day. Hey, Smoking Dad has entered the chat. How you doing, Dad?
Do you want me to make the noise to close enough?
No, it's okay.
Oh. Sorry, Smoking Dad, I tried.
Yeah, thank you, Joey. I like being outside. This is the way I used to do my shows when I first started 3 years ago, is I would actually just sit on my porch, smoke cigarettes, and have fun with it. So
was I ever on one of those shows? I'm trying to.
No, that was before you knew me. I think since you knew me, I've always had some type of setting where I've had something hanging behind me.
Yep.
But we're going to start at the bottom of the division from last year, and it's, hey, Flo, take a look at that on the screen. It's fuck the Bears.
Wow.
Then in 3rd place, we had FTP, fuck the Packers.
Wow.
Yep.
And then in Week 18, the Vikings got skull fucked.
I like the other one with the
I
Vikings.
know you do. So, yeah, I actually do a little meme of it up on the screen of my fake sponsors. It's cute.
Your fake sponsors.
Yeah.
Like I'm frozen.
JB, now you make me want to do F the fail cans. Sucks to be the Bucks.
Yeah, I've called Detroit Dom and I have called the Falcons the fail cants forever.
The Falcons.
Yep.
But I want to thank you for hopping on. Thank you for your insight on the Cowboys roster and what your thoughts about the schedule. And I know you got a couple tough spots too. And I know you look at them, you go, "Damn, I don't like those ones back to back."
Right. Yeah, there's a few.
Every team has those back to backs. Washington and Philly was a tough out for any team.
Oh,
he just dropped his signal.
He just magically disappeared.
There we go. I seen your signal just drop out on us. So I know that one.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a couple of tough spots. And then basically the whole NFC East has the top, all of our strength of schedule. We're on the top 6 or 7, I think.
Right. Because of who you guys play outside the conference, because you guys play us. And then who's your other one? Who's your AFC opponent for where you play the entire division? Is it the North? Oh, the West?
Wherever the Chiefs are.
So the two toughest divisions in the AFC is the West and North. So you got, it's not like you got slouches that you're going to be facing. Will Bo Nix have
it landed that way, but
right.
Yeah. So it just is what it is. So we'll see. I mean, it's not going to be easy for any of us. I think we're going to be beating up on each other too. I think even the Giants are a potential playoff team. I think they'll be improved.
They really improved their roster. The question mark is their O-line's improved enough and they can protect those quarterbacks.
Right.
Because they got Russell Wilson, who's still good. We saw what he did with Pittsburgh last year. He just failed in the playoffs again.
Right.
And then you have Jameis Winston, who in short spots can be good, but you don't want to trust him as a year-long starter.
30 for 30.
Right. And plus, Pittsburgh spends all their money on defense. They don't really spend their money on offense. They put all their effort into the defense.
And in the NFC, I think the two best divisions are the East and the North.
Right.
Top to bottom. When you add up all the teams and what they can do, they're the two toughest. I think we're the two toughest divisions in the NFC right now.
Right. And it all depends what JJ can do, JJ McCarthy.
JJ's the question mark for the Vikings.
Right.
They got a great
He could come out and do well, or he could come out and just kind of fall on his face a little bit.
Well, if you look at the middle of his last year at Michigan, it kind of was a tale of two JJs, if you remember right. They basically had to hide him behind the running game once we got to the meat of the schedule because he started making more mistakes against the tougher defenses. And that's
right. But maybe this year of just kind of watching and not being able to play maybe helped him. It's possible it could have helped him.
If he'd have been able to practice more, it would have helped him more.
Yeah, probably. But he's got a full off season at least.
I disagree. I think that the East is better than the West just because every team improved. And the fall off in San Francisco, holy shit. They became the Cardinals.
Yeah.
They might lose to the Cardinals.
Right. I mean, the Cardinals got better this year too, and they were better last year.
Yeah.
But thanks everybody for watching. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Thank you, Flo, for jumping in. It was good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Will, I always like having you on. Have a great day.
All right. Have a great night. It's 7 over here. 7 p.m.
Yeah. Turn it up. We coming in hot. Huddle Sports Network. Yeah, we own the spot. On your Roku, Fire Stick, don't miss a beat. Covering NFL news, we can't be beat. Find us online, Facebook and YouTube too. Every room a scoop. We got the 411 for you. 27 prime times. Daily shows for the fiends. From Ken in the morning to your wildest dreams. 10 to 11, we dropping knowledge on the block. Tune in tight, don't forget to watch. Huddle up is the place to be. NFL action, come and see. From morning till noon, we bring that fire. Huddle Sports Network, take you higher. Step into the zone where the real ones play. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, 1 hour every day. From 11 to 12, we breaking it down. All the plays, all the stats, wearing the crown. Then at noon, hit the grind with the daily huddle. From 12 to 1 p.m., man, we break the cuddle. Sipping morning coffee while we hitting the grind. Dropping knowledge bombs, yeah, we're one of a kind. Huddle up is the place to be. NFL action, come and see. From morning till noon, we bring the fire. Huddle Sports Network, take you higher. Got the insights, got the stats, we breaking it down. Best network around, wearing the crown. From the field to the screen, we making it hot. Huddle Sports Network, give it up.